I'm Kayla.
I'm Anna. This is Laughs and Legacies.
Hey guys, welcome back to Laughs and Legacies. This week, we got miscellaneous stories. We just went through and found some of our favorite ones.
I know, some of them we didn't have enough for just one topic tonight, and we're let's just choose the best out of all of these and put them all together. Our first one is a camping story. Our family grew up camping all the time. We're doing that in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Woo! We love camping, and everyone knows that we like to camp too. All of our friends, family friends, etc.
It's getting into warm weather that we can go so much. I'm so excited.
Oh yes, it's summer now. Let's go. Now, growing up, there was a family friend. Wait.
Yeah.
Friend.
Just a family friend.
But it was all their family. There's a term for that?
Friends.
Okay.
Multiple, plural.
Friends. So, everyone thinks it's so cool we do all these things. They say, can we go camping with you guys sometime? My mom thought that was an amazing idea. We love them. She said, yes, let's go camping. And coming up to the date of camping, the mom, she asked, how many blankets do we bring? And my mom's thinking that's suspicious, or just sus. It's weird. Blankets? Just blankets? I don't know. My mom was getting sus about it. And come to find out, they were expecting us to bring all the camping gear because they had no camping gear. So we did. We have a ton of camping gear. We brought stuff for them. But they show up and they also didn't bring any food either. They literally just showed up.
And they have 3 kids. So it's parents and 3 kids. We're like, oh.
Yes.
Okay.
It's okay because you never know until you know, but this is pretty funny. You show up camping, you're just like, woo, who's our tour guides, right? And now, the first night, there was these huge honking bugs flying around. They were just so loud. What did you say about one?
Oh, they were just super big, and they were attracted to the light, and one of them flew up and hit me in the face, scared the crap out of me, and then it fell into the fire and literally walked in the fire and then flew out. It didn't die. How did it not die in this blazing fire? It wasn't just coals. It was fire.
That's when you leave the forest. Yeah, we didn't. The kids were freaking out in that family, and so they all left and went into their tent. Eventually, everybody else goes to sleep too. They all leave to their tents. The parents go meet up with them. But we're all dozing off, and we hear a piercing scream. Mom knew they found the bug. There was one in their tent.
It was so funny. I still remember this. We were still pretty young. Not little kids, but we were younger. I just remember them screaming, and I just...
We didn't like the bugs either, but it was funny.
What we knew, if they're attracted to the light, you turn off your light before you open your tent so they don't follow you into your tent. But they didn't... put those puzzle pieces together.
No sleeping bag, no tent, no food. And you're walking around with the light expecting...
No bugs.
Yeah. Come on, brother. Camping 101.
It was so funny. I loved it.
Dude, one of my favorite things right now is watching Alone with Nate, and we have 0 skills, and we love critiquing them. Dude, don't...
You should have done that.
You should have built your shelter first. Why are you doing this? Now you're screwed. It's the winter months now. No, we would do so much better.
Oh my gosh.
It's called boy math.
I would be not good on that show. Just, I feel like I'm good at camping, but I would die.
Perish.
Yes. So, our next story is from our Auntie Tara. This is when they have 4 kids. That's when they were all still really little. The last 2 are twins, so they were still babies. And they wanted to go to Utah from Arizona, drive to Utah, and they decided to drive because it's a lot of money, to pay for all these tickets and a lot of work to get everyone on a plane, blah, 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 all that good stuff. So they decided to drive, and they broke up the trip in half. So, because it's a 11...
What?
It's an 11-hour trip, depending on where in Utah that you're going. 10 to 11 hour drive, and so they split it in half. So they stopped somewhere in the middle and slept. But as they were getting to their first hotel of where they were going to split the trip, They were literally 5 minutes to this hotel when the first baby barfed up curdled milk everywhere. Everywhere. And the second baby had blow up that went all the way up to her shoulders. And they're like, we are 5 minutes! And so they were like, of course, they weren't at their final destination, so trying to like clean everything up so that they could get back in the car and the next morning to finish their trip. But I just thought that was
at
hysterical.
the same time, just the twins, they probably looked at each other and they knew. They're like, this is our moment.
They communicated.
Both
ends.
I wonder which one was the worst to clean up. Like, which one was the messiest?
I don't know.
That's
awful. Blowout, I feel like you get used to that. Curdled milk, you get used to that too. They're just both nasty.
Dude, poor twin parents. They're so burnt out. Like,
think about any extra. Triplets. Quadruplets.
Yeah.
Anymore, there's people that still have higher than that, and that just makes me, that actually gives me a headache a little bit. I couldn't do it.
Next story is from her dear husband, Keith. Uncle Keith. This is a revenge story. It's titled, Revenge Against My 10th Grade Social Studies Teacher. He says, my social studies teacher was also the girls' basketball coach at the time. All my buddies played basketball as well. In class one day, he said his girls' team would beat the boys. The comment was made in mockery, but to me it sounded like a challenge. So I had to tell all my basketball buddies about this. They were obviously annoyed and wanted to get back at him. One of my boys said that our social studies teacher lived in his neighborhood. Now, by the way...
How do people find out where their teachers lived? I never understood that, unless you were already friends.
Well, if they live near you, like, you kind of figure that out. We have the 2nd grade teacher that lives right here. Miss What's-Her-Face?
Oh, yeah. Sponsor.
Yeah. Well, I would call her out on the podcast. They're going to find her.
Do people know where we live?
I don't know.
Except for
She
people who are close.
doesn't actually live there anymore. Anyways, this teacher had little man syndrome. He had Chihuahua energy. He had said one time in class, if a group of people came after me to beat me up, I'd single one person out and beat them. Interesting thing to say in class. Anyways.
That is a weird thing to say. Plus, if you have a whole group, how is that going to work out for you?
Because they're obviously singling you out. Anyways, we're going to talk about the logistics of this later, just like alone. My friends and I drove to the social studies teacher's house, and we looked through his window and saw the guy. 2 of us started toilet papering, and the other 2 guys stayed by the car and the eggs as a lookout. Our teacher hears us and runs out to chase us. I chucked eggs at him real quick and then started booking it with my buds. Our teacher was...
That's why the car was there. Why are you booking
Well,
it?
hold on. No, wait for it. Our teacher was chasing us. Oh, wait, no. The car wasn't there.
Oh.
Wait for it. That was a mess up. But the car wasn't there. So the teacher starts chasing them. Then I remembered that during one of the lessons, the guy had said he would single one person out. And I was so scared that I was going to be singled out by this guy. We booked it to our car in a church parking lot. There it is. And started driving around. The guy called the cops on us. We got stuck in a neighborhood, like they just got lost, I guess, and decided to drive nice, calm, and slow. The cops passed us twice. And when we finally got to a friend's house and opened the door, toilet paper rolled out. The cops had passed us multiple times, and to our bewilderment, they never stopped us.
I think what that meant is that some of the toilet paper was hanging out the car, like the whole time. Like the cop passed him twice. There was toilet paper hanging out the door already. So when they opened it and the whole roll fell out, and they could see that there was some hanging out of the car.
Oh shoot! How did they never stop them?
That's why he said to our bewilderment.
Holy crap! That's a good revenge story. But
I would never have the guts.
They totally must have gotten caught at some point because a social studies teacher, like, they'd have to see him in school. Did he know it was them, you think?
He probably didn't. He probably would have called him out.
That is awesome. You know what? The way I thought this was all gonna go was that they would challenge the girls' team.
I know. I kind of wish that had happened.
We're gonna go find one like that.
Go find, like... The funny thing is there's actually lots of teams that do that. I actually just, like, watched a thing about the USA soccer women's team saying, yeah, we could beat the boys, and they were, like, danced around the whole time.
Oh, the girls?
By the men.
But the men, like, fall down and cry every 2 seconds?
Not against the girls.
Because
Because it wasn't an official game. Doesn't count. They don't have to fake it in non-official games.
They don't have to cry. Nate and I were just talking about the other day. Can you imagine your kids are watching you play professionally and you're just like, wow, I'm so proud of my dad for playing this game. And then he gets down on the floor and starts crying like a little, like, priss. And he's just like, oh my gosh, someone breathed on me. And you're like, I'm not so proud anymore. Ugh.
I don't know. I've seen some things that I'm just like, that was my family. I'd be really embarrassed. Like, I saw a thing about Ronaldo the other day, and I know a lot of people love Ronaldo, but I watched it, like, multiple times going, why would he do that? That's so unprofessional. Anyways.
Wait, hold on. I never watch sports. There's one person that is just breaking the ground everywhere right now. Caitlin Clark. And now I actually watch, like, clips and stuff like that. I still haven't watched the whole game, but she's obviously, like, pretty amazing. And she's breaking grounds everywhere and just breaking records. And I think it's really, you're an impactful person in a way. When you don't just get other sports watchers to watch you, it's really impactful when you get people who never watch sports in their lives to watch you. You're making it, like, you're making an impact, you know, that's pretty cool. So
that is cool. That's the best compliment I think I've ever gotten is someone said that I looked like Alex Morgan. I will take that till the day I die, even though I don't agree at all.
That's amazing.
But I was like, you think that?
Take that with pride.
I do. I will keep that in my heart forever. Anyways, last story.
Oh my gosh, we got a treat for you. Another poop story.
There have been so many people on YouTube saying, hey, you need to do poop stories. You need to do poop stories. I'm like, we have it, I promise, and we'll do another one. So, here's just one before we do just a whole nother episode of them. So good. Anyways, I'm just going to read it how they wrote it. Oh boy, I've got the best poop story. And to make things worse, it was recent. I was only 22 years old. I was about to move to Seattle for work, but my favorite pastime was Thursday night swing dancing. Really fun, by the way, if you live here. Anyways, I had been sick for 2 days earlier and had been on an all-liquid diet because I couldn't keep anything down. You might see where this is going. Well, it was my last Thursday before moving to go swing dancing. So all my friends told me they were going just because they knew how much it meant to me for them to be there. I woke up that morning still feeling sick, but I wasn't going to let anything stop me. So I put on my new overalls and my white cowboy boots and made my way to the car. As I was driving over, I was feeling so dizzy and lightheaded and figured that I needed something to eat because I hadn't had food in days. Of course, the only thing that sounded even a little appetizing was Barro's Pizza, which is arguably the greasiest but yummiest pizza you can get in Arizona. It's my favorite, absolutely. I pulled over and just got a little personal pizza to go and decided to eat it in my car. Rookie mistake.
Oh, man.
As I was eating... This just gets so good. I can't. Okay. As I was eating, I let out what I thought was a little toot-toot. That's how they wrote it. I love it. A little toot-toot. But I just kind of kept going and didn't stop.
Oh my gosh.
I felt a little an odd little warm sensation and looked down while thinking, wouldn't it be so funny if I pooped my pants? There was... It just gets better, guys. No. There was nothing there, so I just kept eating, and then I looked down again and started seeing brown spreading all down my overalls.
No.
You know when you get a wet rag and it just slowly kind of seeps everywhere?
No, baby girl, no.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, but it was starting to get everywhere, and I couldn't control my bladder. I just started dying. Sorry, I have to tell the story. started dying laughing because I was absolutely flabbergasted. I'm sorry. Okay. Flabbergasted that I had pooped my pants at 22 years old. It's not even done. I gotta like calm down to finish.
Do you finish your pizza at that point?
I eventually drove home and was losing my mind from laughing so hard. and when I got home, my mom, I gotta stop, I'm like crying. Was on the phone with my sister and immediately hung up on her, and when I told her that I pooed myself. I can't even finish it. I did shower and change my clothes, and you bet I still went swing dancing.
Oh!
But I earned the name Hershey after I told my friends what happened.
No! You told your friends too!
Still haven't eaten Barrow since. I'm crying.
Baby girl, no.
This was anonymous, but I, wish I knew who it was.
It's not anonymous. We know it's Hershey.
It's Hershey.
It's Hershey.
Sorry. I hope you could understand that story between my laughing, but that just...
That was a good one.
I read it beforehand, knowing it was gonna be funny, trying to say, yeah, I'm not gonna laugh too much while telling the story. Yeah, I think I laughed more the second time.
Guys, just know you really can submit these anonymously, and we'll never know.
We'll never know.
No one will ever know.
But then we all get a laugh out of it.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
It's funny. No need to be embarrassed.
For the time being, this is our last episode for the summer. We are taking a break. My life is falling apart. No, I'm just kidding. There's just a lot going on, and both of our lives right now. We need to take a second. I'm moving into a home. That's one thing, and so we'll actually be moving the podcast scenery and everything to my future home with Nate, and so you'll see a new background and everything. And we're excited to develop everything, to gather stories this summer. That's a real huge goal of ours, is to gather stories. So please submit stories anonymously or not. Tell your friends, tell your family, share the podcast. We have a website now.
Yeah, I just made a quick little website that has all of our links instead of having them all separate on Instagram, which makes it a little bit easier. So everything's on there where you can submit stories, how to get to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, super easy and quick. So check that out.
Yep. Please do that for us, you guys, and so we can share these awesome stories with everyone. We'll have more stories for you in the beginning of fall. Have a good one.
We're excited. Bye.